am indeed. Good evening, everyone. Yeah, it's time. Good evening, everyone. I hope everybody set their calendar from last week or their calendar and text. This is Kevin. My call's WA4KM, and we'll be starting the pre-night for the Tuesday night edition of the SAMRC Swap and Fellowship Net. And that stands for, I've had people email me and ask, that stands for Southeastern AM Radio Club. And we refer to it as the SAMRC Swap and Fellowship Club Net. We've changed the time. We're going to be doing this at 4:30 Central pre-net, 5:30 Eastern pre-net, and the net will follow in 30 minutes from now. It'll be 5 o'clock Central and 6 o'clock Eastern. Alrighty, let me tell you what I've got on the list here, and I've got Mac, obviously, and Steve. He may or may not come back, but I do have him on the list. Sam, Perry, and then I heard Don out there in Tick Ridge. I'm only running 250 watts, and when I come back, I'll boost it up to about 3 or 350, so we can, if y'all need to, hear me. Anyone else like to get on the pre-net roster this evening for the SAMRC Swap Fellowship Net? Please come now at this time. This is WA4KM.
W4MA.
Okay, I heard W4MA, and I think that was Roy. Was that you, Roy?
That's me, always.
Okay, I got W4MA, and then I got W4I. Anyone else?
KA3IWS.
Okay, KA3. Is it put forward? Was it KA3IWS or KA4? I put 4. I think you said 3.
KA3IWS.
Okay, I was right. I said 3 and wrote 4. Anyway, having one of those moments. I got you. Okay, anyone else like to get on the pre-net roster this evening for the SMRC? Please come at this time. Okay, some of them, it may take a week or two to get them changed over from the old time to the new, but they'll maybe look at their scope or radio and go in there to warm it up and see that we've started. Okay, let's see. Well, these guys had a chance. Let's see, Don was the last one I heard, and let's just pick up Bill. Yeah, we'll pick up Bill, W4MA, and go down there, and then we'll check for some more and start back up with Mac and Sam and on down the list. Bill, W4MA, over to you, sir. This is WA4KM.
It's WA4KM from W4MA. Good evening, all. Good evening, Kevin. Thanks for picking me up. Great to be in here. Cold weather, as everyone knows. Clear skies, no rain. Keep it short. Great to hear you. Great signal as usual, Kevin. WA4KM from W4MA.
Okay, Bill, well, I got a good copy on you, and I think the band's going to work with us good. I'm hearing everybody good, no fluctuations, so hopefully we'll have a good night for AM. All righty, I'll break with Bill and go down there to Pensacola. Roy, it's cold up here. It got down to 26 degrees last night. I'm sure Mac probably cooler than that, and it's still only 37 right now. W4I, this is WA4KM.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, it was 37 this morning about daylight here in Pensacola, and I don't know what the temperature is right now, about phenomenal screwed up. But anyway, it's good to be here, and maybe everybody will get woke up here in a few minutes, or we'll have a good net. I'll turn it back to you and be sitting around waiting on the net to start. Kevin, good job. Back to you. Sounding good. W4I, Pensacola.
Okay, Roy. Well, you're sounding good out of Pensacola as always. Daisy May doing you a good job. All righty, let's break with him. Pick up KA3IWS. It's over to you for your comments in the pre-net. This is WA4KM.
WA4KM. and a group, KA3IWS. Well, good evening there, Kevin. You're loud. You're loud in here today, so good to hear you. I know sometimes with some net controls I can't hear as well, but you're no problem. And Mac, I heard you're really loud in here. I was listening this morning as well. Sam's not too loud, so I'm not sure what the scoop on that is. But this is Bob in Lexington using my T150 in a full wave loop antenna. Back up to you there, Kevin. WA4KM from KA3IWS.
Well, all righty. Bob, well, you're sounding good over there in South Carolina. I believe that's where that is. Doing you a good job. I had you peaking 30 over, a good solid 20, so that's good, respectable signal and beautiful audio as well. All righty, well, let me just take a pause here, and like I said, we're on the 5,000 and 3000 this evening, running about, actually I said 3, I was doing 275 watts of carrier there. Anyway, let's break with Bob and take a standby and see if anyone else would like to get on the pre-net roster this evening for the Tuesday night SAMRC Swap and Fellowship Net. If you're not on the list and would like to get on there, please come at this time. This is WA4KM.
WAM, this is KA4AMI.
KK4GZ2, good evening.
All righty, we picked up Eddie Brown. Hey, Eddie Brown, it's been cool here. Instead of a rainy night in Georgia, it's been a cool night in Georgia. Good evening to you, Eddie Brown, and there's Big Kev up there and none such. Good to hear Kevin in there. I'm confident everybody good this evening. Anyone else like to get on the pre-net roster, please come at this time. Okay, well, let's pick up... reading my chicken scratch here. Let's go ahead and pick up Eddie Brown and then Kevin there. KA4AMI. Wonder which rig going this evening. This is WA4KM.
Okay, WA4KM, this is KA4AMI. Well, we're on the People's Radio, the Johnson Viking Ranger, listening on a R274, SX73, whatever you want to call it. And we got the SB220 going over there. Yeah, it's been cool here, very cool. And we have sunlight in the afternoon, it goes in the back windows. Got a lot of windows in the back, and it heats the house up. And the other day it was cool outside, but I had to turn the air conditioner on, would you believe? You got up to 82. So I guess that's good if it gets real cold and we don't have heat. Anyway, everything's fine here. Dealing with a little bit of a tweaked back, but it's getting better, and things are looking up, and we're getting ready for Christmas. And if I don't have a chance later on, Merry Christmas to everybody. And it's been a great year for the Southeastern AM Radio Club. We've gotten a lot of new members. Our website's blooming, and lots of things happening. So back to you, Kevin. Thank you for getting it started. And I'm here when you're transmitting. I'm hearing something on your carrier. I'm not sure exactly. It could be. I thought at first it was another station keying on top of you, but as soon as you lift the mic key, it goes away. So you might want to check your tuning, maybe. WA4KM, this is KA4AMI, Williamson.
WB4GWA.
All right, WB4GWA, Dr. Ron. Okay, let me look here real quick. Yeah, well, I ain't hitting it as hard as I normally do. I'm only running about 274. Normally I'm about 350, close to legal limit. It may be detuned, but SWR is 1.08. Anyway, y'all let me know if it goes away. Everything looks good unless I've got a loose connection, but the wind is blowing, whipping my antenna around. Okay, well, thank you for that, Eddie Brown. I appreciate it. Anybody always let me know. I want to know. A lot of people get upset, but no, I want to know what's going on. So thank you, Eddie Brown. All right, with that, let's send it over to the background. Ron, I hope you're staying warm down there. WB4GWA, WA4KM.
Okay, Kevin, WA4KM, WB4GWA. I'm not on frequency yet. See if I can a little better here. That's close. Anyway, well, I just was looking at something on YouTube that I needed to check out, and I said, holy mackerel, I need to turn the filaments on. So, good evening to you and to everybody else. I'll just be sitting here and listening, and hopefully everybody will have a real good time tonight, and it will be good for us, that's for sure. I don't know who all's in here, but I'll just gotta sit back and listen, Kevin. WA4KM, WB4GWA.
All right, Ron. Well, you're sounding good this evening, and we got a good list on here. Got about a half a page, so that's a good thing. The band's in great shape, and not hearing a whole lot of QRN, Nancy, or M, or QSP. Everything seems to be. We're gonna have a great night, I believe. Real quick before I call for another one. Eddie Brown, did that take it away, or is it still there? Over.
Yeah, you're just fine now. I don't know what happened, but it cleared right up.
Yeah, I had to take it off. I had it way detuned. This was out another wire running about 3 1/4, so that's what it was. I just had it way detuned. Okay. Getting nervous. Thank you. I appreciate it. Alrighty, this is the Tuesday night edition of the SAMRC Swap and Fellowship Net. We're taking, there's the wife come in, she's scared. We're taking pre-net check-ins at this time. If you're not on the list and like to get on there, please come at this time. This is WA4KM. Okay, well, let's go back up to the top. And first one I heard this evening was Mr. Mack up there in Ball Ground. And I didn't hear earlier, I heard you talk a little bit, Mac. I'm sure it got a little cooler up there in the foothills. Over to you, Mac, W4AX, WA4KM.
All right, thanks so much, Kevin. WA4KM, W4AX. Thanks so much for running the pre-net. Yeah, I think we're about 26 this morning when I looked at it. But, I don't know, it was a little cool. I've been cold all day. But you know what? It's 2 days until the shortest day of the year, and then it's just going to start getting wider and warmer. So it's already hard to believe that it's Christmas time, and we're already almost to the shortest day of the year. And Kevin, wonder when it comes back if you've heard anything about the mullet net changing, or if it's at an hour later than this net now, like it has been. Just want to say a quick hello and good evening to Bill, Roy, Rob, Eddie, Kevin, and Dr. Ron, copying everybody just perfectly. WA4KM, W4AX.
Okay, Mac, well, you're booming in here as always, and thank you for that, and Merry Christmas to you and your family and everyone else out there that's listening. I say Merry Christmas. I don't do the Happy Holidays things, and I believe Jesus is the reason for the season. That's just my opinion. Thank you, Mac. Let's see if Steve, I know Steve was in and out, but I'm going to call on him anyway because he was in here earlier this evening. We were all in. N4LQ, Steve, are you there? It's over to you for your comments in the pre-net. This is WA4KM.
Yes, sir, Kevin, I'm still here. WA4KM, N4LQ. Yep, I'm still here in the city of Pleasant Living, Shelby, North Carolina. Just enjoying all the beautiful, strong AM signals here tonight. I'm on the Johnson volume, running about 100 watts to the loop antenna. Hope everybody copies okay. Back to you, N4LQ.
Okay, well, you were blasted in there that time. I don't know if the band got better or if you mashed on the gas pedal, so to speak, but you were 30, almost 40 over that last time, and beautiful audio. Alrighty, next on there will be Sam in Alabama. He'll be hosting the net here in about 15 minutes or so on Sam in Alabama. Sorry I missed the Sam Fest, but you know we had to go down there. My brother-in-law, sister-in-law, and Susie's family. We haven't been down there in a couple of years because of my health, so we went down there and actually trying to come back. There's a lot of driving, so sorry I missed the Sam Fest. But over to you, Sam. KF4THQ. This is WA4KM in the pre-net.
Okay, Kevin, mighty fine. Hope things are good up there in the city of gold, and you're sounding great. And I tell you what, I'm sorry you missed it, but that's okay. We'll probably organize another one when the weather gets a little prettier, and we get some pretty days and everything, and we can get out and ride the golf carts after we stop, you know, telling tales about radios and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, good to hear everybody in here this evening. And it's approaching dark 30. It's not dark 30 yet, but it's getting there. But anyway, this is KF4THQ, and I will be your net control here when Kevin turns it over to me. So anyway, back to you, Kevin. WA4KM, Little Rica, the city of gold, KF4THQ.
All right, Sam, appreciate it, and always enjoy doing your pre-net for you, and enjoy doing these nets. All right, next on that, we'll pick up Perry, and then we'll take a standby and see if anyone else wants to get on the pre-net roster this evening. Perry, K4CWW, you were nice and loud earlier, so over to you for your comments. WA4KM.
Okay, thank you. WA4KM, K4CWW. I won't do another dissertation, but want to throw a few words out to Don, K5HFQ, FHFG, I guess it is, over in Mississippi. Don, I haven't talked to you in so long, I forgot your call sign almost. That's terrible. And I haven't been to Ole Miss in a while. I was there a few months ago, but you know, Will actually passed away in August, and I know I haven't been there since he died, and I don't know when I'm going back. The reasons and the people I was going to Oxford for kind of faded away, so I'm sorry. We still got to have a meeting date down there at Handy Andy one day, so don't give up on me, and we'll see if we can get that done. Get her done pretty soon. I'm going to let you keep moving on around the wheel there, Kevin. You got a crowd brewing up tonight and changing times. We'll see how it goes. Man, I've got some slow QSB on people here, but signals look pretty good. KA4, WA4KM, K4CWW.
Well, okay, Perry. Well, you're loud in here this evening and sounding good, as always. Okay, let's see. And actually, this will be the bottom of the list, and we'll start over and take a standby. But speaking of Don, he's up next. And Don, I'm hearing you like I normally do. You're balling in here this evening. K5HFG over on Tick Ridge. Over to you, sir. This is WA4KM.
WA4KM, K5HFG. Well, Kevin, I'll tell you what, you sound great. Of course, you usually do. But you and Sam are blasting over this way. Mac, he's really thundering tonight. And I don't know anybody that could make a louder signal on here than unless it was K4BKC. And I haven't heard him this week yet. But signals are really coming up. I was surprised when I started listening about 45, 50 minutes ago. A lot of noise, and I think the band was moving around a little bit. But signals are coming up, so we'll have a good net. Anyway, that's the story on Tick Ridge right now, and I'm sticking to it. WA4KM, K5HFG.
Well, okay. Well, you're boiled in here as always, and the band's in great shape, by the way. All right, next on here, I got Manuel, KW4TV from the tallest mountain in Florida. and I don't know what he's on tonight. He'll have to tell us. Manuel, come on in there and tell us what you're on this evening. It's over to you, WA4KM. Well, he might have RUN in OFT. He sent me a text here. I think he'll be back. Let me try him one more time. Manuel, are you there? Well, we'll come back to him. Put a question mark there. Okay, this is Kevin. My call is WA4KM, and this is the Tuesday night edition of the SAMRC Swap and Fellowship Net. We got a big pre-net roster list here for the actual net, and if you'd like to get on there and get in place or line, so to speak, please come at this time. This is WA4KM.
Whiskey 4, Whiskey Foxtrot Lima, W4WFL.
Alrighty, Richard, W4WFL. Anyone else? Okay, well go ahead and make one. W4WFL. This is WA4KM.
Okay, just trying to get used to the time. This is W4WFL checking in, and tried to get a quick nap before nap time, but family's keeping me hopping, so I'm going to try to get through this thing without falling asleep here in the chair. But anyway, want to wish everybody Merry Christmas, and we'll be standing by for that, and I'm just glad to be here. This is W4WFL in Pensacola.
Okie dokie, sounding good too, by the way. Everybody's sounding really good. Well, let me just take this time. I know we still got 7-8 minutes or so, and make a few things. I guess kind of announcement. I guess the W4AMI.org is the website for the club station call, and if y'all would like to see what the net's all about, see some pictures. I know I sound like a broken record, but there's some that don't never hear this. But if you'd like to see what the club's all about, go to W4AMI. That's Whiskey 4 Alpha Mike India.org, O-R-G. You can see a lot of stations. Some of you may want to see some stuff back when you were a kid or something. There's some beautiful radios on there, pictures, stuff for sale, projects going on. There's a members list, and it's huge and long. And if you'd like to become a member, there's no charge. You can get on there and get a number. And if you'd like to get a certificate, you get a hold of Eddie Brown. He'll mail you one just for the shipping of it, or the postage, which is very minimal. And there's lots and lots of information on there. Dr. Ron's done a fabulous job with that website, and lots of radios, and just a great thing. Okay, with that said, let me take a standby here and see if we got anyone else that'd like to get on the pre-net roster. If you'd like to get on there, please come at this time. This is WA4KM. I heard somebody, but I think they were on sideband. I wasn't looking at the scope. We're on AM. If you'd like to be a part of it, click over to the AM, and I'll take another standby here. This is WA4KM. Okay. Well, I got through the whole list. All right, let me go back up here. Let's see. Back to Bill, I guess. W4MA. I made it through the whole list. Go ahead, Bill. Over to you for your comments. WA4KM.
Yeah, WA4KM from W4MA. Okay, Kevin, thanks again. Good to hear you again. Strong signal, as always. Looks like you got a few check-ins. I hope the time change didn't confuse too many of us. I barely remembered it, but happy to be here. And like I said, it's been cool here. I burned a lot of wood in the downstairs fireplace just to supplement the heating of the home, and enjoying it at the same time. Hope everyone else has also. Low this morning here in North Georgia was 25. I don't know what the high was. I didn't bother to look. I don't think it was very high. It's supposed to get down about the same tonight, but it's that time of year. Back to you, Kevin. WA4KM from Whiskey 4 Mike Alpha.
KO4SSY with a hit and run.
Hey, there's Billy. KO4SSY. All right, well, Billy, hey, real quick, let me just tell Mac. Mac, yes, I meant to answer your question earlier, and I apologize. I got sidetracked. Monday we did change the Eagle to we're following suit here with the same time, and I'm not sure about the mullets. I would say they should. I don't know that they will. And it just seems if we keep them all in the same time, it's just less confusion. We tried before to offset one of the nets, and it just it was a mess. But anyway, we're following suit. I'm sure they will too on Thursday. I would like to think so. Well, okay, Billy, let me send it to you up there in Murphy, KO4SS. Give us a temperature up there. I know it was cold in the mountains. Over to you, Billy.
All right, well, I'm not at home, and you're going to have to guess where I'm at. It shouldn't be too hard, but it's probably about 43 degrees where I'm at now. I think that's what it was before I stepped out of the truck and everything. So, like I say, we were traveling and picking up and dropping, and I just made a drop. I'm going to hit the road, and the proprietor here was so gracious to let me check in, so I'm checking in on a real station tonight. Good night to y'all. I'm going to have, like I say, it'll be a hit and run. I'll be here for just a minute, and then I got to get back on the road. XYL will be raising Cane if I ain't there for too awfully late. So, 7-3 from here, and thanks for picking me up, Kevin. Y'all have a good night. KO4SSY, clear.
Somebody's keying up. Anyway, really, well, Billy, that's the best I've ever heard you. No, I'm just kidding. No, you got big signal and great audio. It's a little boomier than I'm used to, but it sounded great. Good quality there. And, yeah, be careful going home this evening. All righty, this is WA4KM, and this is the Tuesday night edition of the SAMRC Swap and Fellowship Net, pre-net. If you'd like to get on the roster this time, we still got just a couple of minutes. Please come at this time. This is WA4KM. If Manuel, if that's you, and it may be because that's a strong signal, I'm not hearing. You might want to turn the mic gain up a little bit. It's a big, strong carrier. With no audio, and the reason I say that, we've been working with Manuel on his audio a little bit on his rig. Is that you, Manuel?
Nope, it's me. I forgot to turn the mic on. AB4 AM.
Oh, okay, that's right. I'm big signal. I knew it was a big signal. Okay. AB4 AM. Rob, good to hear you. Go ahead and make one. You got plenty of time. Then we're going to turn it over to Sam.
Well, all right, yeah, like I say, I got down here, I just about was going to be late. I forgot about all the time changes and all this, that, and the other. Shows how long it's been since I've been participating. So, anyway, got looking at the clock, and I said, good gracious, I got to get downstairs. So, here I is, we're getting things warmed up, and all the meters seem to be bouncing in the right direction now that I got the audio chain turned on. So, now everybody can hear me. So, I'll just kick back and kind of enjoy all the good signals. Good to see everybody in here this evening. So back to you, my friend. WA4KM from AB4 AM.
Well, I tell you what, you're 40, almost 50 over. Yeah, I knew it was some big station. You got beautiful, big carrier, and the audio sounds just fine. I mean, it might could even come up just a tad, but good to hear you, Rob. Always good to hear you. Okay, I got about a minute left, so let me just do this one more time. I wait for the ones that's listening, the shortwave listeners, people on the internet, and people wanting to get their license and so on and so forth. Go to the website if you get a chance, w4ami.org. That's whiskey4 alpha Mike India.org. And if you'd like to see what the bylaws and the net's about, beautiful pictures of radios, projects going on, etc., become a member and get a hold of Eddie Brown. He'll send you a certificate. Okay, with that said, let's see, I guess that's about it on my end. I'd like to thank all y'all that participated on this pre-net. I've got over half a page here, and I'm sure we'll have some more that come in that missed the time. So with that said, looks like it's just now clicking up on straight up and down, Sam, and I'll be here to help you with whatever I need to. So KF4TXQ to take it. This is WA4KM. Kevin over here in Villa Rica, the city of gold.
Okay, Kevin, doing fine. Well, a great pre-net. You got it going well. And I think I got the roster down pretty close to as you had it. So, if we get a little juxtaposition in the order there, it won't matter. But we're going to do the best we can do with what they is, if you know what I mean. All right. Let's see. This is W4AMI with the Southeastern AM Radio Swapping Fellowship Net, and got a good bunch of folks in there. I've got a half a page of calls on here, Kevin. I bet you do too. So anyway, let's see. While I got it, are there any stations at this point that would like to get on the roster before we proceed further? Over. I heard somebody in there been covered up in the hash. Did anybody copy that station?
Come again. I heard KO4 or something. Come again. I'm hearing KO4 something. I think he said Don. Anyone else hear him?
WB4GWA.
Hello, Dr. Ron.
It's Kilo Oscar 4 Foxtrot Hotel. Get that Kilo Oscar 4 Foxtrot Hotel.
Roger, I got it, but I'm just not copying him, so I appreciate the relay. Okay, he's down at the bottom of my list, so let's follow the format of getting the officers of the club first, as we always do. Type 4, BKC. Brother Bob, it is your turn, sir. You're the president of the club, and you come first at this segment of the roster. K4BKC, this is W4AMI.
Sam, let me interrupt one more time. Bob called me this afternoon. He's under the weather, so he's not feeling well tonight. So he won't be with us, over.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but we'll miss him. Okay, well, I'm going to skip me. Y'all been hearing me ramble on here enough, so we'll go straight to Dr. Ron. WB4GWA in Concord. It's your turn, sir.
Okay, Sam, W4AMI from WB4GWA. Good evening to you and to everybody else who has checked in tonight. Appreciate the pre-net, Kevin. Let me tell you that we added a notice on the web page for any of the SWLs. If anybody is an SWL out there and is listening to the net, you can drop us a note and we will send you a QSL card with W4AMI on it. So check the website for the details and you'll see that. Had a good time at the Sam Fest. It was a lot of fun with Sam, and we gonna hopefully do it again maybe in the springtime there, but it was fun anyway, and enjoyed seeing Sam, that's for sure. We just been working on a couple of projects today, and I'm starting the restoration of my AR-88 and pulling the faceplate off of it today to send it up to Howard Mills to have a have it re-silk-steamed and all of that stuff, so that it looks better. And that thing that's probably the heaviest radio ever made. Outside of the case, it weighs 100 pounds, so that thing is really tough to deal with. But anyway, that's what we're up to, and we sure hope everybody has a wonderful Christmas. Merry Christmas to everybody, and make it a safe holiday with your family, and enjoy your family, because that's what it's all about. Back to you, Sam, W4AMI from WB4GWA in Concord.
You sounding mighty good there, Dr. Ron. WB4GWA in Concord. This is KF4TXQ, now W4AMI. And, boy, we did have a good time. And we ate well over here at Popular Dogs, no doubt about it. All right, next on my list here is Eddie Brown. KA4AMI. It is your turn, sir. W4AMI.
Okay, a little off frequency. Correction. There we go. That's close enough for government work. W4AMI, this is KA4AMI. Well, good evening, Sam, and thank you and Kevin for taking care of our net tonight. You both sounded really good over here. In fact, all the signals are sounding good. Don down in Tick Ridge is coming in, and I'm in the Gulf Coast guys that are checked in. I heard them, and it's really sounding good. I'd like to welcome our newest member, Steve, N4LQ, from Shelby, North Carolina. Now, Steve checked in on the pre-net, so he's sitting here. So everybody welcome Steve to our club. And we're going to enjoy hearing Steve's good signals from over there. He always has a strong signal here in Williamson when I hear him tuning through the band. Currently right here in Williamson, weather information is it's 38 degrees and dropping. The wind's calm, but it's beautiful sky out there. It's just absolutely beautiful. And Dr. Ron, I got on the internet this afternoon on YouTube and looked up a couple of restoration videos on that AR-88, and I don't know if it's going to be any easier, or if it's not harder than the SX-88 that I had. Well, you've done one. You re-kitted one of those, so boys, he's going to have his hands full for a while here, but it's going to be a beautiful rig when it gets done. So anyway, we're on the Ranger tonight, the People's Radio, listening on X73 with the SB220, D104 microphone, and an in-fed half-wave antenna. So that's it from here. And Merry Christmas to everybody, and I hope it's a great weekend for you. We're all set here. I'm not going anywhere else. And Sam, apologize for not showing up. I think you got briefed on why I wasn't there, so there it is. We'll talk to everybody later. 7-3s for now. W4AMI. This is KA4AMI.
Okay, Eddie Brown, KA4AMI. You're sounding great from Williamson, Georgia. And we missed you, but hey, no big deal. We'll do it again a little later on in the spring. Maybe when the weather starts looking good and springy, you know how it is. So we'll do something if it's wrong. So we'll do the best we can. So we'll stay in touch. But I apologize for having to do it the way we did, but I just had all sorts of extenuating scheduling conditions that I had to deal with. And, of course, the Christmas tide, and Miss Mary had a broken hip. She had it replaced, and that's gone very well. She was bounced back from that. We got her up the next day after replacing that hip and had her walking around her bed and so forth in her room, and now they're walking her a little further than that every day. So anyway, this is W4AMI with the Southeastern AM Radio Club Swap and Fellowship Net. All right, let me be sure I've got everybody down here I'm supposed to have. I think that's all the officers. Kevin, can you think? Well, I need to call on you, Kevin, because you're like an ex officio, and it's always good to do the net with you. You do such a great job. WA4KM. It is your turn, sir. This is W4AMI.
Well, I appreciate it, Sam. You got me doing it now. No, I just appreciate everybody being there, and I really hope everybody has a very, very Merry Christmas. And from the city of Gold here, Kevin, and I appreciate it. So back to you, Sam, and thanks. You're doing a fabulous job. WA4KM, back to net.
Well, you sounding mighty good on the KM blaster. I don't know, I just dropped that name just for kick because we're sort of trying to imitate the. What is it that? Senior moment. I couldn't remember what Matt Curtis is. It's not the Mac blaster, something like that. So anyway. Okay, next on my list is Roy, W4I Diddle Diddle in Pensacola. Roy, I hope you're doing all right down there in Pensacola. It's good to have you on the net. It is your turn, sir, W4AMI.
All right, thank you, Sam. Good evening to you and all the net. This is W4I Diddle Diddle, Roy in Pensacola. And as Miss Minnie Paul used to say on the Grand Ole Opry, howdy, I'm just so proud to be here. And I really am, Sam. It's, when you get to be over 65, you start looking to the blue out yonder and thinking about things that you never had thought about before. So there you go. Excuse me, little congestion there. I ain't got anything for the net, Sam, just proud to be here. I'm running Miss Daisy May this evening, a B&W 5100, a B model. And the B stands for beautiful. And an MC300 receiver, a pair of 813s, and a B&W amplifier. And I know y'all are saying, man, I heard that, I'm sick of it. Well, I am too. But I'm proud of my station. And I'm also looking at SWL people out there that's listening, and they want to know what kind of station we got, so there you are. Well, that's about it, I guess. I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. We'll probably won't meet again till after Christmas. So everybody be careful and have a good time and enjoy yourself. And as Kevin always says, Jesus is the reason for the season. So let's all keep that in mind as we go through these holidays. 73 to everybody up on Radio Land, and I'll close with this little statement, Sam. I hope everybody feels as good as I look this evening. Back to you, I did a great job with you and Kevin both. W4, I did a diddle Pensacola.
Okay, mighty fine, Roy. Well, you're doing great. Your rig is sounding good. And you got a B&W station. You got a B&W 5100, and you got a B&W amplifier with 813s. It don't get no better than that. So anyhow, that's the way it goes. Proud to hear you. All right, let's go to Mr. Bill, W4MA and LJ. It is your turn, sir. This is W4AM.
Yeah, W4AMI from W4MA. Good evening, Sam. Great to hear you. Hello, everyone on the net tonight, and hello to all the officers, and thank you. Thank you, Kevin, for the pre-net. Do a great job, as always. The name here is Bill. I'm in North Georgia between LJ and Dahlonega. We're running a Ranger 1, Johnson Ranger, Johnson Curry amplifier, and this thing on the 75A4. 80 meter off center fed dipole up about 60 feet or so. Cold temperatures this morning. Last night we had some high winds that took down my 160 meter antenna. The pine tree snapped about halfway and took my 160 out. A little work to do on that, cleaning up the tree, and then get the 160 back up. Sam, sorry I missed your Sam Fest. Thought about it, but it just did not fit into what we've been doing. Want to wish everyone a safe holiday season and wish everyone a Merry Christmas. 7-3 to all. Good evening. W4AMI from Whiskey 4 Mike Alpha.
Okay, Mr. Bill, good to have you with us, and you're sounding great from LJ. And yeah, maybe Act 2 of the Sam Fest this spring will be a little more conducive to people getting there. I hope so anyway. That was my fault, but I couldn't avoid it. You know how it is. All right. Next we have got Bob, KA3IWS, in Lexington, South Carolina, I think it is. It is your turn, sir. This is W4AMI.
W4AMI and the group from KA3IWS. Well, good to hear you there, Sam, and the rest of the group in there. Band's in good shape. I just happened to tune in early. I usually do. I just kind of listen around. So I'm glad I got a chance to catch everybody here. The band's in good shape about this time. You know, it just starts so early. In the morning it's kind of rough because the band's still really long when some of us want to get in there. But this is Bob. We're in Lexington, South Carolina. Transmitting on my Night Kit T150, my Hammerland HQ110 receiver, and the full wave loop antenna. So off the pump here. I probably don't look as good as Roy, but hey, that's all right. I got the best radio face I could come up with. W4AMI from KA3IWS.
Okay, Bob, thank you for being there. Appreciate you having a session with us, and glad to have you on the roster. Okay, next we have KK4GZQ in Nonsuch, Indiana. No, Nonsuch, Kentucky. Kevin, it's your turn, sir. W4AMI.
Okay, Sam. W4AMI with the net, KK4GZQ, and good evening to everybody on the net. You guys are doing a great job, you and Kevin, with the pre-net and the net, Sam. And I'm like Roy, I'm just glad to be here tonight. And Merry Christmas and season's greetings to each and every one of you out there. Enjoyed listening here to the net. Running an ICOM 7300 here tonight with a PR20. Exciting a Commander 2500 at about 300 watts carrier out to a loop cut for the band here at about 55 feet. Sam, back to you. And thanks again. It's nice listening to everybody here on the net, and you guys do a great job. W4AMI, KK4GZQ, Kevin, just outside of Lexington, Kentucky, in Nonsuch, Kentucky. Good evening, all.
Good evening to you, Kevin. You have a very Merry Christmas, and enjoy being with your kin folks and all that sort of thing. And let's hope that the weather holds up good. You're doing well on your radio. So let's see. We got next Mac, W4AX in Ball Ground, Georgia. Mr. Mac, it is your turn, sir. W4AMI.
All right, W4AMI, W4AX. Thanks so much, Sam. Good evening to everyone that's joined since I last transmitted. And good evening to Steve, and welcome to the club. And thank you so much for running the net, Sam. I am on the Mackin Blaster tonight. It's a 3x3, and I'm running 375 watts of carrier. And Dr. Ron, I know we don't have time to do it right now, but sometime I need a little tutorial on how you're media blasting those chassis and what media you're using. And I just want to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas. I'll probably be on next week. It's the day after Christmas. W4AMI, W4AX.
Well, you're sounding wonderful as always, Mac, and appreciate you being there. And you have a very Merry Christmas, and I'm wishing you a very prosperous New Year. Yeah, let's hope we get something better that's been coming down the pike here lately. So that's something to look forward to. Okay, next we got Steve, N4LQ in Shelby, North Carolina. Steve, welcome to the SAMRC Sweeping Fellowship Net. We're glad to have you with us. Over.
Okay, this is the N4LQ, Steve and Shelby, and glad to be here. Sam, thank you very much. And I'm just sitting here writing down every call sign and the names and the rig that they're using. And so many wonderful real radios out there, and lots of Rangers and Couriers and back and blasters, and I really like the sound of Bob's T150. I think it just sounds beautiful, and I'd like to find one of those for myself to play with someday. So you're listening to a Ranger. It's the big brother to the Ranger, the Valiant. It's got two more 6146s in it, so it's got 3 of them in the final, and 2 of them for the modulator. And it's about 100 pounds of brown paint and metal. So that's the lineup here. And so back to you, Sam. This is N4LQ. Go ahead.
Okay, mighty fine, Steve. Well, you're sounding great on your volume job, and we're looking forward to you being on the nets from now on. So anyway, have a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year. Okay, now let's go to Perry, K4CWW. I'm not sure whether you're in Georgia or whether you're in T-Town. Where are you, Perry? And it is your turn, sir.
Okay. Well, I'm somewhere. W4AMI, K4CWW. Well, I have had a couple of chances to pontificate a little bit tonight, so I won't abuse my further privileges, but yeah, I wanted to say hello to Steve, N4LQ, and a couple of guys, Bob, I haven't had a one-on-one contact with him, I don't think, but I'm looking forward to doing that one day. But I appreciate you guys letting me come in. I think this is going to be a standard 3885 station until something breaks on it. And I need to extend some thanks to Ron, WV4WGA, for coming over not once but twice to help me muscle this amplifier around and get it fixed. But Ron, she's percolating pretty good, so I think we're okay. So everybody everywhere, bid you a good night and see you in a week. Hope you have a good Christmas. It's going to be a little different for us this year, but we're looking forward to the day. It's a big one, always. So back to you, Sam, W4AMI, K4CWW.
Mighty good, Perry. Well, you're sounding good on your rig, and you got a good signal and so forth, and I hope the Christmas tide goes well for you. All right, next we go to Tick Ridge, Mississippi. Notice, Don, I know how to say Mississippi. I lived over there for 3 years. But anyway, I loved it. But anyway, K5HFG, it is your turn, sir. W4AMI.
W4AMI, K5HFG on Tick Ridge. Good evening, Sam and the net. Everybody's sounding so darn good tonight. I'm just surprised with the amount of noise I've got in QSB. Everybody seems to be cutting right through it. Eddie Brown, you got a great signal also. I compared to last night on the Eagle Net, you were peaking 20 over and you're doing the same thing tonight. So conditions are repeating. Sounds good. Hope everybody has a good rest of the week and a very Merry Christmas. And I hope everybody gets to spend some time with family. That's what it's all about. Back when we were kids, we did that all the time and didn't think nothing of it. Then we got older and we missed it more than we ever thought we would. But I hope everybody has a good Christmas and remember what we celebrate. So anyway, temperature here is
42 degrees. It's going to go down to 30 again tonight. It was quite nippy this morning. I think it was 27 or 28 when I walked out on the back porch early this morning. And the neighbor's dog didn't seem to mind it. He'd come over and sit down on the porch and rapped on the door, and I went out and gave him a treat just for being out in the cold. Anyway, that's the story on Tick Ridge. Glad I could spend some time with you all. And Sam, I know you know how to say Mississippi, and that's one reason I like you so much. 73, everybody. W4AMI K5HFG.
Okay, Don. Well, you're sounding great from Tick Ridge, and appreciate you being there with us. And you have a pleasant and meaningful Christmas. And let's hope that next year goes better with the economy and so forth. Have a nice future in the new year. All right. Next, we're going to the tallest mountain in Florida. KW4TV. Manuel, it is your turn, sir. W4AMI.
He just texted me, Sam. He had to take off and take his wife to the Walmart. So he said he just texted me. He's not here. Over.
Roger. I appreciate that. And while I got you, is anybody we've left out thus far? I don't think so.
No, you clicking right along good.
Thank you, sir. We work well together, Kevin. I'll tell you right now. We're not looking for excuses. We're just looking to do it right. Okie-doke. Next on the roster here is Richard in Pensacola, W4WFL. It is your turn, sir. W4AMI.
W4AMI, this is W4WFL. Hello, Sam. Glad to hear you this evening, and happy to be here. And I'm trying to be mindful of the reason for the season, that God sent His only Son to save the world. And that's a pretty big deal this Christmas season. Between here and Easter are probably the most holy times I can think of. But anyway, we have 49 degrees up the airport, so at my house a little cooler. I only have 44 here at the house, and it's going down. I don't think I have personally not seen any frost at my QTH yet. I still have banana trees growing, but I have a feeling that we're going to be getting close to that first frost sometime maybe around Christmas or just after Christmas, but it's coming, I'm sure. But anyway, I want to say send me trees to the net, and I hope everybody has a great holiday. W4AMI, this is W4WFL AM in Pensacola, Florida.
Okay, mighty fine there, Richard. W4WFL Pensacola. Sounding great. I sure hope that your Christmas time goes well and you have a better New Year than we had this year. So anyway, we're going to rock along. Okay, let's pick up Billy. He may even be on the road. I never know. So KO4SSY. It is your turn, sir. W4AMI.
Sam, Billy just left here. He stopped by here, and he was here at my location when he checked in there earlier. So anyway, he's on the way home. This W4OLJ.
Well, it's good to hear you there. Well, let's see. What's the name of your town there? I'll think of it in just a second. But I got a beautiful package from Sweetwater Valley, and I really appreciate it. That's mighty kind of you. Okay, let's see. I hope everything goes well with you and your family there in Sweetwater. That's a great place. Some great folks and some great traditions. All right, next we got AB4AM in Dawsonville, I think. Rob, it is your turn. This is W4AMI.
All right, Sam, fine business. W4AMI in the group. This is AB4AM. Rob up here in the big metropolis, Dawsonville, Georgia, where it's about 40 degrees. It's been a pretty nice day today. It was pretty. It was a good day to be kind of out and doing some of the honeydew chores there, but just kind of getting caught up on some of that stuff while we got a few days off. Trying to get some things straightened out around the shack here. Planning on making another trip up north right after Christmas. We're going to go back up to Pennsylvania for a couple of days and pick up some more equipment and stuff. So I may or may not be in here. If I am, I'll be portable when we try to check in. So I'll try to get in here. We'll just have to see how the schedule holds. But if I miss everybody, then I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. But other than that, just good to be back in here. Good to get the tubes warmed up, get the dust blown off everything, and getting back in here and enjoying some good signals and some good fellowship. Enjoying it a bunch. So appreciate everything that Sam and Kevin have been doing about keeping the nets up and going, and everybody else, all the other net controllers and stuff. And we're just going to enjoy it the best we can for the rest of the week. So I'll throw it back over there to you, Mr. Sam, and let you carry on, sir. Doing a fine job. We're just using the 20V2 tonight and listening to everybody on the 75A4. So W4AMI to take it from AB4AM.
Okay, Rob, well, you're sounding great from Dawsonville. Appreciate you being there. And you have a meaningful and Merry Christmas and a better New Year coming up after New Year's Eve. So last on my list is KO4 Foxtrot Hotel, KO4FH. It is your turn, sir. W4AMI. Well, I guess he's RUNNOFT. Do you remember where he was from there, Kevin? KO4FH. And I'm turning it over to you, Kevin. WA4KM. I'm at the bottom of my list. Would you like to finish out the roster and so forth and sign us off? Over.
Okay, yes, sir. I don't mind at all. Yeah, we could barely hear him earlier. Dr. Ron had to pick him up. I don't know if he was just stopping by or what. He was real weak earlier, and he may have just been scrolling by. I'm not sure, but anyway, we called him. We went there and all. Let me try him just to make sure. Sometimes different locations have, but I think he was real weak, and I'm not sure he's hearing us. But KO4FH, it's over to you for your comments if you're there. This is W4AMI. Okay, yeah, he probably moved on off. Well, I know Virgil said Billy had left. Now, let's go ahead and send it to Virgil. And then, let's see, I got Mac and Steve on here, but we'll go back to them guys. And then we'll see if anyone else wants to get on the roster. So, Virgil, go ahead and you make one for yourself up there in Sweetwater, Tennessee. And it was cold here this morning, 26. Just curious what it was up Sweetwater. W4OLJ, W4AMI.
W4AMI in the net. This is W4OLJ. Okay, Kevin. Well, I guess that's about what it was here. I think they predicted 23, but I don't think it hardly made it. It was somewhere around 25, 26, I think, something like that. But it was cold. Had a little wind with it, and that put a bite in it. Want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, and anyway, Billy came by here and left a L4B power supply for Norm, and I'll take it over there to him the next day or two. I'm just about 3 miles from Norm here. In fact, I can see his house from my backyard back here on the hill, but around the road it's about 3 miles to Norm, so I'll take that power supply over there to him. And I want to welcome Steve over there at Shelby to the club. He's sounding good over here on his Valiant. Shelby, that's one of my favorite places. I got to going over there 20 years or so ago to the Ham Fest, and I have not missed many of them since then. And it's a nice place over around Shelby. And Bob over in Lexington on his T150 sounding good over here. And Bob, it seems to me like that one time over at Shelby that I sold you a NAC transmitter or a receiver. I'm not sure, it's been so long, but the name and call sounds awful familiar, and I remember selling something. I think it was a T150 or a R100 receiver, but I could be wrong. But it seems like I met you and sold you some kind of a night radio over there. Been a long time. So that's about it, Kevin. Thanks a lot, and we'll catch you later. Merry Christmas to everybody. W4AMI, W4OLJ.
Okay, Roger. Merry Christmas to you, too. Always good to hear you. Do you want to respond to him over there, Steve? Over?
Well, yeah, I appreciate the welcome there, and you got a really strong signal here, W4OLJ. I mean, you're pegging my meter from Sweetwater. So, yeah, back to you there, Kevin.
Okay, I'm not sure. I didn't have you checked off if Sam had let you make one or not, but if you want to finish it up and make one, he may have. I stepped away for a minute. Go ahead. If not, I'm going to pick up Mr. Mack. Go ahead, Stephen, and make one. W4AMI.
Okay, yeah, I did make one, and that's about all the news here from Shelby. So 73 is to everybody. It's N4LQ.
Okay, thank you very much. We don't like leaving nobody out now. Like I said, the wife, that was earlier on. I had to step out for a second. Got to go over here to building a handrail on her porch. And I'm not sure about Mac, but I'm going to send it to him. Then we're going to see if we got some more that want to check in here and make sure we didn't leave anyone off. W4AX up in Ball Ground. Mac, WA4KM, are you still there? I think he normally gets out earlier. Okay, we've reached the bottom of the list this evening. We'll take a standby, and if you're not on the list and would like to get on the list, please come now. This is W4AMI, the Southeastern AM Radio Club SWAT Fellowship Net. If you'd like to get on the roster, please come at this time.
K4H1.
Evening, Kevin, W4KR.
N4OYT.
All right, I knew we had some people looking. Hello, Lenny, and good evening to you too there, Stan. And OYT. Anyone else like to get on the roster? Please come now. All righty, well, let's pick up Lenny. Lenny, I'm trying to squeeze in. I was late on the other net in between here. So, K4HUM, Lenny and Barnesville, over to you for your comments. This is W4AMI.
Yeah, Roger. I got fuzzies, I got hum. Oh my gosh, I'm not sure this is good tonight. Anyway, good to hear you, Kevin, and bang up job there, Sam, as usual. Sam 1AM from Alabama, doing a great job. I'm gonna leave it with that, and I got chased down. This shack is so cold. It wouldn't surprise me that there's all kinds of. This microphone may be rattling and stuff because it's a little stiff, I guess. Anyway, Kevin, thanks for picking me up. God bless all, and Happy Christmas, Merry New Year to all y'all from Kilo 4 Hotel Uniform, Mike Lenny Barnes from Willie Barnes in Georgia.
Oh, your mic sounds fine, Lenny. I think you're on the Yaesu Mark V or the 1000, not sure, but it sounds just fine, not a problem. Anyway, all right, we'll break with Lenny and pick up Stan up there in the Golden Triangle. Stan, good to hear you this evening. You were blasting in here when I called for others. I had to reach for the knob. You're boiling in here tonight. Merry Christmas to you. W4KR, W4AMI.
And to you and all the other McClures. Good evening, Kevin, W4AMI. This is W4KR in Walhalla, outside suburban Walhalla, South Carolina. Anyway, good evening all. And Merry Christmas indeed to everybody. Band conditions sound good. We're supposed to be having a little trouble, but it doesn't sound like it. All is well. I'm running low power tonight, Kevin. I'm only running carrier about, let's see here. I'm only running about 300 watts a carrier, so it's kind of in the low power mode. Anyway, I'll be sitting here listening. Y'all carry on, and we shall be in touch. Temperature, by the way, is 36 here tonight. Early this morning it was about 30. It's gone up a little bit, but it was a beautiful day, clear and windy. W4AMI, W4KR listening.
You were reading my mind on the weather report. Thanks for filling in that space, yeah. It was windy and cool here too, Stan, and wow, you're 30 over, sometimes hitting 40, so good solid copy and beautiful audio as always. Anyway, alrighty, let's see, where we at here? N4OYT. Come on in here with your comments. This is W4AMI.
W4AMI from November 4 Oscar Yankee Tango. Good evening. Just wanted to get in and get one or two words in. Name's Chuck. We're down here in the swamp next to Savannah, Georgia. A place called Bloomingdale, right on the west banks of the River Styx. I'm talking on the old Flex radio and old Dentron Tipperton L amplifier. Maybe next time I'll get on the helicopters, if I remember it in time. Anyways, we just want to say good evening. Everybody I've heard is sounding great tonight. It's good AM conditions here. W4K, wrong numbers. W4AMI, N4OYT. Back to the net. Y'all have a good evening and Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, Chuck. You sound fine on the Flex, and no apologies necessary. You got a great signal and beautiful audio, and can't wait to hear the Helicrafters as well. Okay, let's see. I don't have anyone else, but I'm going to take a standby because just in case, make sure we didn't forget anybody. Have we overlooked anybody at this time, or over? That's the only time silence is a good thing, Sam.
Roger that.
Anyway, okay, we had a great night this evening, guys. Thanks again for stopping by on Tuesday evening. And again, join the Thursday night. We've got the Mullets Nets coming up on Thursday on the same frequency. I don't know about the time. I don't think they've changed their time yet. But I'm not sure about that. I have not heard. So they'll be here on Thursday night, 3885, and if they've not changed their time, it'll be 6 o'clock Central, 7 o'clock Eastern. I've not heard if they've changed it or not. You might want to tune in a little early just in case. But I don't think they have. And then, of course, Sunday mornings at 6 a.m., they got the Warren Alley Memorial Net. It's presented by the Florida AM group down there in Florida. 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then we'll click it back around Monday, the same time here, 3885 for the Eagle Net, and the same time following suit along with the Tuesday night net here, the W4AMI. All right, if you'd like to check out again the website, Dr. Ron's worked so hard on it, and he's done such a fabulous job. I tried to do one time, and I just gave up. It was so tough. He's done a beautiful job. If you'd like to see what the net's about, pictures of old radios, just go by and look at the radios. There's some absolutely gorgeous radios from times past. And that website is W4AMI.org, O-R-G. That's Whiskey 4 Alpha Mike India.org. And there again, I'd like to thank each and every one of y'all that participated this evening. We got a good bunch of people here, and enjoy each and everybody, and Merry Christmas, and 73's from the City of Gold. I'm going to send it to Sam, see if he's got anything he wants to add. Good night from Villa Rica, West Georgia. Over to you, Sam, KF4THQ. This is WA4KM now.
Okay, WA4KM, always a pleasure. Kevin, you do a great job. Whatever role you're filling there. But anyway, it went smoothly and picked up everybody we needed to pick up. And I don't think we off-ended anybody, so I'm hoping that's the case. But anyway, we're just good old boys trying to do the best we can with what we got. So anyway, we're just doing the best we can do. And Kevin, I hope you got something good to eat on the supper table when you get through. I think I'm going to look in and see what I got. I just never know. But anyway, I sure will be good and glad when Miss Mary gets home. We'll, in fact, we're going to go up to our daughter's house on the Saturday night coming. That's going to be the family Christmas get-together up there at Hotel Annabelle. That's what I call her. I've always called my daughter Annabelle. And anyway, her name is Anne Marie. But anyway, when my wife and I got together when she was born, we decided we were going to name her Mary Ann. And then Miss Mary was going to get kind of fancy and give her a French name, Anne Marie. So anyway, after that and everything, I thought, well, she's going to call her Anne Marie, I'm going to call her Annabelle. So Annabelle was my third grade teacher, and she was a sweet lady, and I really thought a lot of her. So I don't think Annabelle is offended because I call her Annabelle now. But anyway, you know how it goes. Well, enough of all of that. Everybody have a beautiful Christmas, and enjoy yourselves and enjoy your family. 73s from KF4TXQ. Over, and diddly-da-de-da.
Great job, Sam, and that boy up there in that Gold City town. Catch y'all later. I diddle.
73, I'm going to call you big. 73s, Roy, y'all have a good one, and God bless you and your family, and Merry Christmas, and Sam will catch you later, diddly-da-de-da, dit. 73s.
Clear, over.
Good night,
That was a good double.
I'm just saying good night. Good night, 73s from Villarica.
Seven 3 all from the big metropolis of Dawsonville, AB4 AM.
Good night, Rob. Good to hear you.